Hi there, welcome to this tutorial for the ukulele play-alongs of Blueberry Hill as recorded by Fats Domino. In this video, first of all, we'll talk about the chords you need for GCEA soprano concert tenor ukulele. Then we'll talk about the chords you need for baritone DGBE ukulele, and then we'll talk about strumming. If you want to support the work in this channel, there are three things you can do. First of all, you can like this video. Second, you can subscribe to this channel and its sister channel, the UkeStuff channel and the UkePlayAlongs channel. And third, you can always buy me a cup of coffee to say thank you for making this content at www.buymecoffee.com/UkeStuff. All right, let's begin with the chords you need for GCEA soprano concert or tenor ukulele. First, you'll need the F chord. Then you'll need the C chord. Then a G7 chord. Then an F minor chord. Now, don't let the F minor chord scare you. Play like the D7, or we call the Hawaiian D7, and slide it up one fret. So you're playing strings 4 and 2 at the first fret, and then add your pinky to the first string, third fret. That's your F minor chord. Then we have the C7, then a B7 chord. Now, you can play this as a bar chord if you want to, but you don't have to, and I'll show you why in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a waterfall chord. We're going to build off the second string, second fret, then put our second finger on the third string, third fret, and then my ring finger on the fourth string, fourth fret, and play strings 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, the next chord is the E minor chord, which is that same shape, but everything moves over one string. So the first finger goes on the first string, second fret, the second finger goes on the second string, third fret, and the ring finger goes on the third string, fourth fret, and then you play all 4 strings. Now, the one exception to that would be if you're playing linear GCA instruments, such as a low G tenor ukulele. You might want to use a 4-finger E minor chord where the ring finger would come over and play the 4th string, 4th fret, and your pinky would play the 3rd string, 4th fret. But for most re-entrant ukuleles, the 3-finger E minor chord works great. Now, the good news about that E minor chord and the B7 chord that I've shown you is that these two chords have a really strong relationship with each other. E minor to B7, it's actually the minor tonic to the dominant 7 of that minor tonic. If you can get used to moving that shape back and forth, this happens a lot in music, and you can just, again, get used to that shape, that waterfall shape, and just sliding it between the strings, just right up the neck if you want to, or right over across the neck more than up the neck if you want to think of that way. And then finally we have the E7 chord, one of my favorite chords. The first finger goes on the 4th string, 4th fret. I rotate my wrist up a little bit, so I'm generally still keeping my chording hand straight, or my arm straight, but I rotate the wrist up a little bit, and then I can put my other 2 fingers down on strings 3 and 1. And that's your E7 chord. And those are the 8 chords you need to play Blueberry Hill by Fats Domino on GCEA soprano concert or tenor ukulele. Now let's talk about baritone ukulele. All right, on baritone ukulele, we're going to start with an F chord. This is a partial bar chord. You can also play it as a full bar chord, but we're going to learn as a partial bar chord. Your first finger is going to cover strings 1 and 2 right above the metal first fret. My ukulele is going to be held securely against my body with my strumming hand here, like this. That's going to be most of the holding of the ukulele, even when strumming. And this hand is only going to keep really both playing the strings and the frets, but keeping the neck upright. It doesn't have to actually hold the neck. So what I'm going to do is put my finger there, and then what I'm going to do, because I'm holding my ukulele securely, is I'm going to pull against the fretboard. It's like pulling the whole instrument with your finger this way towards you, with the strings up there. That's going to be mainly the main part of the sound. Then you add your thumb for some light support. There's lots of people who try to pinch this and other things. It's a pull rather than a pinch. Okay, we've got that much. Then the other 2 fingers get added. And if you do it right, you should get a clear sound. Not sure what happened there, and it's okay. If it doesn't work, just reset and try again, but that's your F chord. Then we've got the C chord, a G7 chord, and then actually a full bar chord. So you're going to take your first finger across all 4 strings now, right above that metal first fret. Again, you're holding your instrument securely. You're pulling against the fretboard like you're going to launch something off of it. Add your thumb for some support. That's going to give you most of your sound. And then you're going to reach over with your ring finger and play the 4th string, 3rd fret. That's your F minor chord there. Then we'll have a C7 chord. Play your C chord, and then add these 2 fingers down next. So it's the C chord plus 2 fingers. Then the B7, first finger goes on the 4th string 1st fret, and the fingers 2 and 3 go on strings 3 and 1 at the 2nd fret. I like to rotate my wrist out a little bit to make that more comfortable for me to play. Then we've got an E minor chord and an E7. And those are the 8 chords you need to play Blueberry Hill by Fats Domino on baritone DGBE ukulele. Now let's talk about strumming. As it comes to strumming, there was no ukulele used in the original version of this song. As such, there's not one single right answer for you to use. There are 3 rules when it comes to strumming. First of all, play the right chord at the right time. Second, keep a steady tempo or a steady beat. And third, make sure that whatever you are playing matches the style of the music. If you're doing those 3 things, you're right. It doesn't matter what somebody else says. There's never one single strumming pattern that's going to work exactly right for any song, and you're playing along with the original video. You're never going to actually recreate it 100%. So if you're following those 3 rules, you're good. Now, if you don't know what to do, here are just a couple of quick ideas, and I'm not even sure I would do the second. I'm starting where the verse starts with "I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill." And as you play that, I hear this most of the time. And most of that is down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And I accidentally missed one there, and it sounds pretty cool when you do. You don't have to stick to a specific strumming pattern all the time. But again, the main thought is down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Works pretty well. Now, the other thing that you could do is a triplet strum. I don't think I would do it because it's just too much going on, but it'd be replicating some of the piano part that you hear there. And if you're going to do a triplet strum, what you do in this case, what I would do at least, is there are different ways to do a triplet strum, but you go down with your finger, up with your thumb, up with your finger. Again, that's down with your finger, up with your thumb, up with your finger. It'll be something like this. That would be a triplet strum, and you could do that. Again, that is playing on the F chord, down, up, down, up, but then it has to be on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. And that's going to take a little bit longer to learn if you've never done a triplet strum before, which is fine, but just so you know, that's an option. But still, I think most of the time I would just do that down, down, up, down, because it just fits the song so well. That's what I think I would do. Okay, so with those chords and those ideas for strumming, that's all you need to do to be successful on Blueberry Hill as recorded by Fats Domino. Thank you so much for joining me for this video today. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more Uke stuff for you.